All right. Hi. Hello. Welcome. It's me. It's your boy. It's Gage. Hi. How are you? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. What day is it? It's Friday. Hello, Zilla. It's Friday. It's Four Horsemen Friday. Okay, so was supposed to stream this yesterday. Had some stuff happen in the afternoon. I'm not going to go ahead and get into it, but it did necessitate me giving it my entire attention. So the stream wasn't happening yesterday. But things have resolved themselves relatively nicely, so stream today. Hello. I might even stream this weekend. Who knows? It is a question that I have asked myself. I don't know. Keep an eye out. But yeah, we're gonna be playing some more Darksiders 3 today. I thought last time we played Darksiders 3, I thought we were going to get through using up Vulgrim's holes, and then moving on immediately into tracking down Wrath. Excuse me. But it turns out we had to give a lot of attention to Vulgrim's holes. Like, we really needed to just get deep in there and just work them as hard as we could. I'm talking about the Keepers of the Void DLC that takes place within the Serpent Holes, by the way, in case you were wondering. So we didn't get around to starting the journey to Wrath at this point. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We don't have a huge amount of the game left. Wrath has its own entire area that has like an additional boss in it. At least one other chosen. And then, of course, once we finish off Wrath, we need to go track down Pride, because at that point we'll have gotten every other deadly sin. And then we have the final boss, who is a mystery. The mystery of history. But hey, oh shit, Bloober Team is remaking Silent Hill 1. That's pretty cool. I have seen, I've seen a little bit of like mixed opinions about this. There is a specific crowd that is there's a growing resistance to the idea of the modern remake with regards to video games, specifically in what it means for like the original release of that game, of that release being replaced and forgotten. And I get it. I do. I don't necessarily agree with it personally. But I mean, like, that's just me. And I feel like, I don't know, it's a lot of, like, it's cringe. You know, like, the way that I'm seeing people talk about it, like, I mean, look, I didn't think that Silent Hill 2 Remake was a perfect game. I certainly don't think it replaces the original. I think that a lot of, like, the thing pieces are just like, how Silent Hill 2 pays homage and, in fact, surpasses the original. I think that is bull hockey, quite frankly. You can't replace Silent Hill 2. But I do think Silent Hill 2 Remake is good on several of its own merits. I think it's an interesting take on the original game. I think it's an interesting update to the original game. I would not, under any circumstances, say that it replaces the original. I don't really think that's how it works. Like, look. If you're upset about remakes, like, quote-unquote replacing the original, you're not actually upset about the remake. You're upset about the corporation who refuses to, like, make their original stuff more readily available. You know? Like, I mean, it's fucking Capcom has remade everything up, like, fucking Resident Evil 1 through 4. But, like, you don't see people posting think pieces about, like, the Resident Evil remakes tarnish the reputation of the original and are soulless. And it's just like, they don't do that because you can still easily get all of those games. Like, fucking Resident Evil 1 through 3 are all up on good old games. Resident Evil 4 is available on damn near fucking everything. Like, you don't give a shit about remakes. You need to, like, focus here. Like, the problem isn't that the game is being remade. Like, by all means, like, play the remake. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But, like, it's weird. It's weird. It's a weird sentiment, and it just, like, it's overly dramatic, I think, is kind of what I'm getting at. And I don't necessarily think that's entirely, like, part of me gets it, you know? Part of me understands. The only thing I really use a change away from the tank controls. Yeah, for sure. Like, I get that also. I've played Silent Hill 1 a couple times now, and, like, the tank controls do get some getting used to, and I would honestly prefer to play without them, but I don't know. It's this whole thing where, like, I'm worried about the future of, like, gaming as art and, like, the culture surrounding, like, art for its own sake. I am. Like, I've talked about this. Like, there's a lot of things going on these days that I feel like if I was more conspiracy-minded, I would probably say that there seems to be some kind of, like, coordinated, like, effort to devalue art. Like, I get that. At the same time, it's just like, I feel like it feels like you're aiming in the wrong direction. Like, you've got the spirit, but the sentiment is wrong. Personally, that's how I feel about it. And I am excited for Silent Hill 1 remake, quite frankly. I really like the Silent Hill 2 remake. I do have some complaints about it. I do think it gets overly long at points. I feel like there's some stuff that was padded for the sake of padding. Like, good fucking lord, the labyrinth section. Jesus Christ, I didn't like that in the original game. I like it less in the remake. But, like, there was so much in that game that was just so good, just so... I thought, like, they nailed it about as well as I wished they would. So it's weird to have, like, gone into Silent Hill 2 remake being concerned because it was Bloober Team, and then being kind of happy to see Bloober Team taking on a remake for Silent Hill 1 as well, you know? But also, holy shit, Silent Hill F. I missed the gameplay footage from the State of Play, so I finally got a chance to see some more of it during Konami's presentation the other day, and holy shit, that game looks fucking incredible. I am so ready for it. And also, so Xbox had a thing a little while back. Xbox is getting Final Fantasy 16. Better late than fucking never, I suppose. And Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Better fucking late than never, I suppose. I just, like, I talked about this where it was just, I talked about this, like, the other week where it was like, it's Square Enix, like, being like, oh, why aren't these games selling as well as we want them to, when they're, like, vastly limiting the number of people that can even buy them. Like, between, like, the cost of consoles, the rarity of consoles, the cost of games skyrocketing. It's just like, you guys probably need to, like, make shit more accessible, maybe. Like, right out the gate. I don't know. That's all exclusivity deals and everything. I'm gonna dump some chips in my mouth. Lay's has... Blaze has a thing going on where they got like a trio of limited edition flavors. There's one that's like bacon and grilled cheese. It's fine. There's another one that I don't remember what it is, but the one that I'm eating right now is Korean-style fried chicken. And it's really fucking good. Where the hell is my controller? There it is. I have been continuing Deltarune. I finished my playthrough, my replay of chapters 1 and 2, and started it on and completed chapter 3 just earlier today. Tried the secret boss fight. Did not do well. Motherfucker got hands, actually. And I could not manage, unfortunately. But, you know, such is life. I'll get it eventually. Still fighting Jebel? Yeah. Fucking guy that I have to fucking fight for chapter 3 is like way fucking harder than Jebel, unfortunately. So you got that to look forward to. But eventually I was just like, you know what, I can't fucking whatever, who cares? So I started in on chapter 4. And there's some intrigue happening, and I'm excited. I could have won during one of my rounds. I didn't realize I could have, like, just ended it. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you hate to see it. Yeah. What else? Has there been something else going on? A game came out recently, Mind's Eye, that I remember it has some kind of relation to like some other game. It's not like directly related. It's like hold on, Mind's Eye. Right, it was published by IO Interactive, the guys behind like the Hitman series and Kane and Lynch. And I remember seeing people talking about this game because, like, they were saying, like, this looks like a fake game. All these trailers, they look like they're using just, like, footage that was made for the trailer as opposed to, like, footage genuinely captured in-game. And it was weird because, like, I heard about this game, like, literally, I guess, like, weeks before it actually came out. And, super excited for Marvel Tokon. ArcSys making a Marvel fighting game is kind of a big deal, admittedly. Though I do have to wonder if that means that we're probably not going to be getting any more like Marvel vs. Capcom games anymore. Like, did Infinite just, like, fuck them up that much? It's possible. Excuse me. No. No. Here we go. Ice to meet you. What was I saying, though? Yeah, Mind's Eye. So, Mind's Eye, trailers start dropping despite, like, like I said, I don't think I heard anything about that game before, like, a week ago. So, trailers for this game start dropping, right? And people are talking about, like, this game looks like the most generic fucking, like, near-future cyberpunk-style open-world shooter. It looks fake. It looks like a fake game. And it just came out, and apparently it's worse than that. It is apparently a particularly bad experience. To to the point that, like, I don't even know if I want to try it out, you know? Like, think about how bad a game needs to be that, like, I don't eat, like, I hesitate to give it the time of day.
Right to hell retribution guide.
The Ride to Hell Retribution guide. Well, Ride to Hell Retribution has artistic merit. Yeah, that's what that's called.
That's why all the French films have sex in them.
That's why what?
All the French films have sex in them.
Yeah, all French films have sex in them because having sex with all your clothes on is high art.
Right now, Retribution has the same artistic merit as Suspiria.
I never saw Suspiria. I should replay Ride to Hell Retribution.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
The thing with I know I just said I should replace Ride to Hell Retribution, but like every time I've played Ride to Hell Retribution, it's been like a weird playthrough where it's just like the first time that I streamed it, I was doing it like head to head with friended stream and housemate Opal, and like I had the split screen on the stream showing both of our video feeds, and then the second time I played it was like it was a New Year's stream. So I streamed until midnight on New Year's Eve.
Take your time.
So like I feel like I can't just I feel like if I want to stream Ride to Hell Retribution, I have to have Uh-oh, Moose is eating cat food he's not supposed to be eating. 1 second. COVID.
That's so funny because he was like,
Yeah, I feel like if I do another stream of Ride to Hell Retribution, I have to have some sort of like gimmick. I can't just have it be a normal stream. It needs to be weird. That game deserves it. If there is any game that deserves a weird stream, it's Ride to Hell Retribution.
Do make sure they scream, horseman.
Oh, hold on. Let me try. There we go.
The Scar. Another vacation spot? There is something familiar about this place. One of the Sins is nearby. He and I have unfinished business. Wrath is here?
I mean,
Not for long.
yeah, he's like the last one we need to get. For Pride, that is. The Scar! Ow. Hold on. Yo, this man got wood? I wonder what kind of gimmick I could give a Ride to Hell Retribution stream. What would be something fun? I've really been wanting to do a stream that has, like... Hold up. I've been wanting to do a stream that has, like, a condition for restarting the game from scratch. But, like, I haven't figured out, like, how to implement something like that yet. Oh, he's down there now. Okay, well, he's not gonna bother me. Medium Leutcher Kish. Yeah. Oh. Freeze objects at range. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, that was like a death. Damn. Okay. It's nice that it lets me keep my Undying Shard. But yeah, that is actually something I've been thinking about. I had one idea where, like, I wanted to implement some kind of a meter into a stream that was just like audience satisfaction, and like people could. It would have to be like a donation thing. Like I'm not letting people just decide with like stream points if I'm going to like start a game over completely, you know. But basically, it would be like people could donate to move the line one way or the other. And if it hits 0, then I restart the game completely. I don't know. Seems like a fun idea. I don't know if I'd want to do that for Ride to Hell, though, is the thing. I don't know. I personally like the idea of doing gimmicky streams just kind of in general, but I I come up against the idea of, like, there is so much just background noise in this area. I sort of come up against the wall of, like, I don't know if I necessarily have, like, the particular skill set to make a lot of this stuff happen, you know? Dudes be digging. Hello, Kale. It's like VTuber stuff that I'm sure... Oh, shit. I wasn't paying attention, and I died. Whoops. You could get help. Yeah, probably. Aha, it was a trick. Sorry, nah, you're good. If you wanted to trick me, you would donate. Hale's trick. But yeah, no, what I was talking about before, Kale, you might have showed up a little bit late after I was done talking about it. But basically what I was talking about was part of me wants to do another stream of Ride to Hell Retribution, but given that my last two streams of Ride to Hell were a stream where me and Opal played it side by side with like a split screen, like on stream. And then the second time I did it was a beginning to end playthrough for New Year's. I feel like if I wanted to do another Ride to Hell stream, it would have to have like a gimmick. Like, I feel like that's the only way I can play that game on stream, really. It's, like, technically speaking, it isn't. Technically speaking, I could just play it like a normal fucking person. But I feel like I should play it with a gimmick. You know? Whom's tier is a normal fucking person. True. In the immortal words of the 2016 Suicide Squad movie, normal is just a setting on the dryer. Ow. The immortal words of the internet, whatever. Go, my true. Oh, that's just like dead stop, huh? Close enough. Damn it. But what I was saying after that was I had a particular stream idea that was based on something from... Natalie listens to Regulation Podcast, which features a couple of the like former Rooster Teeth guys, specifically Jeff Gavin and Andrew Panton. And they talked one time about having like a... Hold on. I just need a little bit extra... Fuck my life, actually. They talked one time about having like a satisfaction meter for each podcast, where like each of them could like rate how they felt about the podcast as it was going on. And I heard that, I'm just like, this has the makings of an interesting like stream idea. And what I had eventually settled on was the idea of like having an audience satisfaction meter. That people could donate to move in one direction or another over the course of a stream. And if it hits 0, I have to start the playthrough over. Is there anything over there that I would want to swing for? I don't think so. Duke Nukem Forever, gotcha. That's not a bad idea, actually. The fucking game would keep getting reset every time we get to the hive. Very rich person could be very mean. Yeah. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that, like, when I talk about wanting to do, like, gimmick streams, that's the sort of thing that I kind of hope to do sometimes. I ain't saying nothing. So, real quick, before I keep going on this topic, if you look over there... if you're a classic Darksiders fan, that guy is going to look very familiar. He is a particular enemy type from Darksiders 1, and is in, I believe, the opening cutscene of that game, goring an angel. He's one of the tougher big enemies in this game. Ow. As you can see. Ow. As you can see. Oop. Hold on. As you can see. As you can see. Anyways, it's not that tough. Oh, what a funny bit that you're doing. This is one of the tougher enemies in the game, and then getting hit on purpose. Listen, I haven't played this game in over a week, okay? Cut me some fucking slack. Cut me some fucking slack. Oh, God. Okay, so... to preface this, I signed into Netflix. For whatever reason... I'm still able to get into my parents' Netflix account, despite the fact that I don't live anywhere near them anymore, and Netflix has been getting very draconian with their, like, fucking password sharing protection bullshit. Very educational. It's a good bit. I signed into that Netflix account recently, and I will explain why I did that in a moment. I ended up getting a text from my mom, who was just like, "Hey, did you just sign into the Netflix account? I'm getting a notification that there was a sign-in somewhere in Texas." I'm just like, "Yeah, that was me." So I just thought that was very funny. But the reason that I signed into said Netflix account was because a new documentary about the Ocean Gate sub-implosion came out the other day that I was very interested to see. I saw a bit of mixed sentiment on it, just kind of like going across the socials media.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
But at the same time saw a lot of like disbelief at like new revelations that were brought up during the document, because they have so much material to work with. Like they've got like footage recorded by like the crew. They have audio recordings from meetings. There was a YouTuber that was supposed to go down to the Titanic on one of the excursions just before the trip that killed those people, and he wasn't able to do it because of weather conditions. And they're interviewing him, and he's starting to tear up because he's realizing, holy shit, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, holy shit, I could have fucking died. Bullet fucking dodged. No kidding. But oh my god, there is some absolutely wild shit that is revealed in that. Like, they're talking about how like in the 2022 season, like the year before the whole thing happened, there was a dive where there was like a loud bang coming out of the hull, and they're just like, oh, that's the hull getting seasoned. Apparently he called the pops and the cracks in the carbon fiber the ocean seasoning the hull. Which isn't how that fucking works. But apparently they had like this whole acoustic monitoring system where they, from the boat, would be able to monitor like the pops and the cracks in the carbon fiber, because carbon fiber, true to its name, is just a bunch of really tiny carbon wires that are hewn together and held together with like an industrial glue or epoxy. So when, you know, it's put under like 4,200 psi of pressure, sometimes those things snap, you know? And like, it's this whole thing where, okay, the opening of the documentary is maybe a little, it's charitably sympathetic to one Monsieur Stockton Rush, the who is the guy for Ocean Gate. He's the CEO. He's the fucking dumbass who made all these decisions. He's just like, oh, he's an aerospace engineer. He's a genius, and just like there's a lot of like interviews of like people buttering him up and stuff like that, and like I started to get a little tired of it, and then there is a shift like after what I would call the first act of the documentary. Where what I would describe as the first act of the documentary, there is a notable shift in the way that they talk about Monsieur Stockton Rush, where it is significantly less sympathetic, and is in fact kind of pointing out just like, yeah, he was kind of a terror. He was an absolute dick to the people who worked for him. And he did not make very many smart decisions. Hold on. This guy is kicking my ass, and I want to kill him real quick. Okay. Alright, we have to butter him up for extra seasoning. Exactly. But it's being a little, like, I was just watching it and just like, this feels like they're really kind of like the man, it's one of those situations where I'm watching it just like, the man's dead, he's not gonna fuck you, bro, you know? But then, like I said, there is a shift. There is a shift in the way that he's discussed and there is, God, there's one guy, the fucking whistleblower, who like tried to talk about all this back in like 2018. Definitely like kind of like the unsung hero of this whole thing. Like, he, for God's sake, like, people tried to like stop this sort of thing from happening. But, like, we're talking about, like, trying to stop a man who, like, would gleefully talk about, like, the way that he could absolutely ruin a person's life. Or casually mention that he was going to just buy a senator. It's so wild the way that this guy just, like, talked about literally anything. Oh, I might not actually need to... Yeah, what's up?
Did you see the interview with Josh Gates too about the Ocean Gate thing?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he talks about it 'cause he does the Expedition Unknown show.
Oh, hold on. Friend of the stream and housemate Austin is coming on over. All right, so do tell about this interview.
So Josh Gates is the guy that hosts Expedition Unknown.
Yeah.
Does a lot of the like mystery delving and new science research stuff.
Hold on. Austin's voice is going to come out of my VTuber for a second here. Moving the mic.
Hell yeah! Look at that. Ooh. Sorry, I've never used it. I'm looking at the model. Anyways, he was talking about how he was going to do like a discovery mission to see if it's like worth for a show before all this happened. And about halfway through, he was like, I don't think it's going to be good. And he actually like, went down in the sub and nothing fucking worked. And so he was kind of just actively shitting on him like while they were recording the show. And he was like, let's just go back up. Because he didn't trust that shit. And honestly...
Incredible.
Yeah.
Understandable. But yeah, it's a very cool, it's a very good documentary, quite frankly. Brings up a lot of interesting stuff, and I would highly recommend it. I think the most egregious fucking thing. So I mentioned that like they've got the acoustic monitoring system, and this stupid motherfucker, Stockton Rush, was under the impression that like, oh yeah, you know, if we hear any like notable pops, then we'll just come back up. It'll let us know before it's going to fucking implode and just like crush us into a fine paste. And again, not how that fucking works. Like there was one guy they were interviewing for the documentary who was just like, oh man, God, I think there was one guy they were interviewing with the documentary, and like the interviewer was like, yeah, but like he did use the sub to get to the Titanic, and oh God, the guy had something very, like, he said it really well, where it's just like, just because he got down there does not mean that it was a successful test of the concept of the carbon fiber hull, because it was genuinely only a matter of time until there was going to be a catastrophic failure. Like, it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. Whether that was on the first dive, the third dive, the 100th dive. You know? Yeah! Oh, that was what I was getting to. Where it's just like, after there was like one really loud bang on like their last, I want to say like their last dive of 2022, not only did there start being like more and more like frequent pops of like the carbon fiber, with like at like on like it wasn't they didn't hear the loud bang on the last dive of 2022, but like as they kept going through the season, they got more and more frequent like cracks and pops like on the acoustic monitoring system, and then these dumb motherfuckers just left the thing sitting out in Canada over the fucking winter. Sub-zero fucking temperatures. Hey, do you know what happens to water when it freezes? Do you know what happened? Let's say, hey, have you ever had like a glass bottle full of water and you leave it in the freezer for maybe just a little too long? Do you know what happens? The water expands. And the glass fucking shatters. They left this fucking thing with cracks in the hull that had been underwater, so you know water got in that hull. Sitting in freezing temperatures in Canada all winter. The very next time that they got deep enough for it to be for the pressure to be a problem was when it fucking imploded. And it's just you're listening to like some of these interviews about like some of the shit going on in this company and how like, you know, they were dropping engineers left and right because everyone was talking about like, hey, this is super unsafe. And you can't criticize OceanGate, because if you criticize OceanGate, you're criticizing Stockton Rush, and he doesn't like to be criticized because he's a fucking psychopath. But like, it's or talk about that insane sub. Yeah, because the Netflix documentary just came out, and it's really good, and I highly recommend it. So one of the engineers, or the guy that the head of marine operations, who was the whistleblower, the one who brought all this up to OSHA in like 2018, right? He left after he submitted a report because like he had been trying to talk to Stockton Rush about all this stuff for like months, and Stockton just like wasn't having it. So he submitted a report that's just like, hey, here's all the shit here's all the shit that sucks about what you're doing and why we need to stop and we need to do this shit properly. And he got fired for it. And apparently, in the same meeting, because this was the guy that was supposed to be driving the sub. This was the guy that was going to be driving the sub down to the like the fucking ocean floor, right? And apparently, in this meeting, this stupid motherfucker Stockton Rush is like points to this like woman that was working for him, just like, okay, you're gonna be in charge of driving the sub from now on. And they cut back to an interview with this woman. She's just like, I was in shock. I'm an accountant. It's just like, this dude doesn't know what did not know what he was doing. I swear to God, it's fascinating that the whole thing didn't go absolutely tits up any sooner than it actually did, you know? And then one of the things that I noticed while I was watching it is there was a moment early on where they talk about, like...
What is this?
To be fair, if things went tits up any sooner, would he have been on board? Yes! This stupid motherfucker insisted on driving the thing every fucking time. Like, oh man, one of their earliest expeditions was to map a different shipwreck, and he decided he was going to drive the sub last fucking minute. Like, the guy, the whistleblower, was just like, yeah, you know, I was set to drive the sub, and then like an hour before they're set to go under, Stockton goes up to just like, hey, I'm driving the sub, and he's just like, what? he had to convince Stockton to let him, like, be on the sub, period. And then, oh my god, and then when they're fucking, like, exploring this fucking wreckage, this is stupid. I keep referring to, like, Stockton as a stupid motherfucker, because just, like, every 5 minutes, there's some new bullshit that you learn about in this documentary. It's just like, this stupid motherfucker drives them right into the middle of a debris field. And, like, thank God they had someone who knew what the fuck he was doing on board, because they almost all fucking died. Like, they almost crashed into the bow of the ship that they were there to investigate. It was fucking wild. That's Buck, by the way. B-U-C-K. I realize the way that I said that could be misconstrued.
Good thing he's over there.
Friend of yours?
I doubt it.
Rhetorical question. I know you have no friends.
Damn.
You have enemies.
I don't think it's aiming for me, mistress.
Okay. Hello, Xanda. I'm talking about the new Ocean Gate documentary on Netflix. So, the thing that I noticed, like, as they were going on, in this documentary, is that, one thing that they brought up is that if you are going to do, like, submarine tours, right? Oh, the Death Flag one? Yeah. Isn't it like ass o'clock for you? It's actually probably pretty early for Xanda. Like, he probably just woke up. Nearly 10 a.m.? Okay, maybe not just woke up. But hasn't been awake very long. Woke up like an hour ago. Nailed it. So they talk about how, like, if you want to do, like, submarine tours, right? One of the things that is, like, a good idea is you need to get the sub classed, like, classified. You need to, it has to have a classification, right? You have to have a third party come in, inspect it, make sure that it's good to go, and if you get it classed, you get accreditation. You get accreditation for it, and you're good to, like, you know, charge people money to go on tours and shit. So they talk about that, and then they don't talk about it again for, like, the next 30 minutes. Like, they talk about how, like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of different, like, classifications a sub can get. and it's a really good idea if you're going to be taking passengers on board, and so on and so forth. And then it doesn't come up again for like half an hour, right? And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking, the fact that they brought that up and then haven't spoken about it again at all is very telling to me. So, like, half an hour in that documentary goes by. And eventually, like, they get to the point where, like, they're talking about, like, going on their first expeditions and stuff like that. And they mention that one of the guys there, like, one of the there are so many people that were at that company that had, like, fucking integrity. And you know that they had integrity because they stopped working for the company at certain points. But this one guy is talking about how, like, oh yeah, you know, so we went out to lunch one day, and Stockton tells us, yeah, you know, I don't think I need to get a third party. I don't think it needs to get class. I don't think we need a third party inspection. And the dude that's telling the story says that he got up, told Stockton that he can't be a part of this conversation and cannot be a part of the company anymore, and fucking left. And it's just like, oh my god. The what?
Subnautica tie-in? Is that what you're talking about?
There's a Subnautica tie-in for Ocean Gate?
Yeah. The idea was that, like, it classified itself as Titan submersible, but there is no such thing as a Titan submersible. The only Titan submersible is the Titan submersible in Subnautica.
That's kind of hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
There's not like an official Subnautica crossover, no.
No.
I need a drink. Don't worry about it. You're good. I'm trying to think about, like, some of the other. Oh God, one of the. Okay, I was talking to Zilla about it because I was talking to Zilla while I was watching parts of this documentary, and there are specific regulations and laws about going out to sea, whether you are a crew member or a passenger on the sub, right? Like, depending on, like, if you are just like a passenger, like if you are just a civilian who is not like a part of the official crew, there are specific laws and regulations about your safety, what you can do there, things like that. So hold on, let me find what I told Zilla the other day, what I was telling him about. So to get around these regulations, they wouldn't call them passengers. They were called mission specialists. Like, holy fucking shit. It's bad idea after bad idea, and again, it's kind of a miracle that it took as long as it did for things to fall apart. They were very specialized. 16-year-old mission specialist. Yeah, like, basically. Like, that's the kind of shit we're talking about. It's so fucking wild, honestly. Again, I highly recommend checking the documentary out. it's pretty good, honestly. Gage, what's your specialization on the Ocean Gate stuff? My specialization is the role of guy who's not gonna fucking get inside it. My specialization is guy who doesn't want to go. Shark from the aftermath, God. Hold on. I don't know that there would have been much, like, left in the aftermath, unless sharks like salsa. Perhaps a jam or jelly. You're the shark that eats the crabs chewing on the detritus. Wonder what kind of sharks would eat crab. Nurse sharks, maybe. Nurse sharks have a very strong bite. Hot pot for shark. Nah, everything's like super cold at that depth. Angel shark? Maybe. Maybe a wabigong? Love that word. Wabigong. Are they dancing crabs? There's like 2 or 3 dancing crab videos that I would love to see in the future, and that's all I'm going to say about that. We do love wabigong. Wabagongs are the shit. I love wabagongs. They're so silly looking. Only 2 or 3? Like right now. Sometimes you have to prioritize, you know? That's all I'm saying. Excuse me, sir. I like how they wiggle side to side. Unbridled, unbridled crustacean joy. Ding ding dong da ding ding dong da ding ding dong da ding dong dong da. It's also just kind of a fun song, honestly. Funny little shortcut, because this is a Souls-like. I'm trying to remember what other, like, crazy fucking bullshit was in that documentary. Do you think Fury ever dances? Maybe. We don't know. Maybe she's an absolute beast on the dance floor. There's the bit about how, I guess... you have to... So, for... seafaring vessels, I think you have to have them flagged or something, which I guess just, like, means associating them with a particular country so that, like, if something happens, they need to be able, in, like, international waters, they have to be able to determine who has jurisdiction over it. And they decided to flag it in, like, with, like, I think the Bahamas, and then launch out of Canada, because they didn't want to be bound by US law. And this was the context where, like, Stockton was talking about, like, how if he had any trouble, he would buy a senator. It's... That's totally not a red flag. No, not at all. Where do I go? I need to go over there. How do I get over there, though? Hold on. Because we got this right here. But, 1 second. 1 second. You know, maybe I need to loop around. 1 second here. Buinane, buinane, nane, ne. Oh, okay, that wasn't open before. That must have opened when I hit that button. Ah, best viewers on Baba Xjuj. Get out of here. Oh. Begone, woodman. Oh, hey. We're up here now. Sick. Alley-oop. Bye, idiot. Ah, a bot. I think at the end of the day, like, one of the things, like, I don't have any sympathy for Stockton Rush, realistically. I think there's one person that I might have, like, a bit of sympathy on that sub for, and that's the guy who was down there as sort of, like, the Titanic expert, like, the guy who, like, was known to be, like, one of the foremost experts because he'd made so many dives to the Titanic. Like, that's maybe, the one guy. Yeah, the kid, too, honestly. Like, we don't know anything about him, but, like, for the most part, I don't really have a whole lot of sympathy for most of the people on that sub. 16-year-old didn't even want to go. I feel like that was something that people were saying that wasn't confirmed, but again, regardless. In spite of that, I will say there is something there is something chilling about, like, watching footage of them retrieving the, like, debris from the ocean floor. Ow. Just seeing all of, like, the pieces of it, you know? Bye. Or, like, God, what is it? There's a point in the documentary where they talk about after the sub imploded, there was, like, undersea monitoring equipment, like, 700 miles away that picked up like this strange sound, and they play the sound in the documentary, and just hearing it and thinking like, that's 5 people dying. That's the sound of 5 people dying, you know? There's something...
If it wasn't so gaudy, it would be quite nice.
Another
Thunderstorm.
foolish demon building a temple to himself. All hail the conquerors. The cycle continues.
Thunderstorm. Sorry, we got thunderstorms. If the stream suddenly cuts out, the reason is because we lost our power. Which did happen the other day, actually. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, but, you know. What do you mean, what? We're getting into hurricane season. Shit's stormy out here. Where am I going? Hello? Did this just like loop around? Jesus, it did. Alright. Hold on, I want to see if there's anything underneath this. Damn. Wait. Shit. Okay, well. Dang, be safe. We're gonna be as safe as we can be. Our power company has gotten a little bit better about having, like, warning systems and alerts and stuff like that, so... And being a bit more on the ball with regards to, like, major power outages, especially after we were out of power for, like, a week and a half last summer.
This goes on forever.
Clearly someone's compensating.
Did you just make a joke? This is bad. Even, dare I say, with apologies. Stupid mistress.
What are you so afraid of? It looks to be another would-be demon conqueror.
Not would be, will. Easy, milady. There's no need for steel or whips.
Another demon with a mysterious agenda. Do you know Volgrim? I believe you two would get along.
No, milady. Where Volgrim deals in trash, Abraxas trades in class. My reputation precedes me, I see.
It does. Someone wants you dead.
They can get in line. The meek always envy the strong. Isn't that right, Watcher?
What could that
Lovely,
mean?
but the Lord of Hollows seems to think you're a meddler.
You've seen the traitor? Where?
Matters not. What matters is that he wants you dead, and I want to know why.
You're a clever woman. It takes but one eye and half an ear to tell, so I'll give it to you straight. That will be the home of a very, very important demon. Someone who will win this war once and for all. And I will stand by his side.
That's the tower from Darksiders 1, by the way.
The traitor doesn't like that. The traitor fears change. Better the devil you know and all that.
And what of the traitor? What does the Lord of Hollows want?
Sometimes the birds win. Sometimes the bats. Balance. But the traitor wants more. The false lord would be a false god. He would hollow this planet as he hollows souls. That is his becoming. He sent you against me because he knows that when my lord is installed, Abraxas will find the traitor and pull the organs from his backside for what he's done. Milady's job is to keep order. The Lord of Hollows believes he is order. If the lady is as the lady does, she should kill the traitor soon, before he rises. But if you're going to surprise me, please get on with it. I have an empire to build.
So we just met this guy. He's telling us that the Lord of Hollows is not a good person and is, in fact, looking to cause some serious damage. But I don't like his smarmy attitude, so we're going to kill him.
You are quite the silver-tongued demon, aren't you?
The original.
It shall make a fine trophy, then.
Suit yourself. Pardon me while I smite thee. Pardon me while I smite thee.
Whoop! So Abraxas, if I recall, is kind of a punk, actually.
Horsemen killed by demon's hand. World will be half
Like, I don't remember him being, like, a particularly difficult fighter or anything like that.
Horsemen killed by demon's hand. World will be half
Like, even when I was playing this on, like, my first playthrough, you know?
Pardon.
Like, watch, I bet I get through this without even needing to, like, pop my super mode. Ooh. Damn, alright. Tell me how you really feel. Ow. I am going to pop health items, though. Ow.
You're on the wrong side of history, lady.
I'm no one's lady.
Mistress, this would be a fine time to leave.
Aw. 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 What's up?
Good luck with your tower, demons. Pray I have no call to come back.
Hi, Venom Lad. Yeah. Yes, but he is daddy. Soul of a Blacktus. What on earth is that? Are you using the massage gun?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I feel like the floor vibrating. Anyways, Abraxas is dead. Fuck that guy. I really feel I think you're a pretty cool guy that doesn't afraid of anything except stream notifications. Very knowledgeable. It's true. Sometimes I get a stream notification, I'm like, what? Other times someone donates $30 and I start dancing. I'll play taps on my kazoo for him. Whoa!
This ends now.
You're baiting me into donating. I mean, I'm not baiting anyone into anything. Like, you can donate if you want. Where am I going? No. Hold on. Joke's on you, it's not funny if he knows it's coming. True. Yeah! Kale, thank you for the 5 gift subs. 6 gift subs. Yeah. Anyway, that's funny. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. I gotta give you that one. I do, in fact, gotta hand it to you. Ow. Oh, I'm in trouble. Ah, Jesus. That's just like, I'm not just good at that timing thing. Was I meant to buy 5 and Twitch's purchasing took keyboard focus while I was typing, so, well, you know. It happens. You're welcome, Electric Pin. I think that's someone that I know came over from Caramiela's stream. If I recall correctly. Whoop! Ow! Hold on. Ow. Ow. Fuck you guys. Okay, I was very generous on this day. Keyboard is the devil. It be like that sometimes. As a big tornado. What is a tornado doing there? The fuck? Why did the demons have a tornado? Abok. Shad. I could give 5 subs or just to gauge $20 directly. You could do that.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
$20 helps me now. 5 gift subs helps me on Twitch payout day. Ah, God. Nana, thank you for the gift stub. Venom, I'd enjoy that.
$1.04.
Wow. Also, I got a level 2 hype train. Fuck yeah. I don't know how to handle that information. Does anyone want to get us to level 3? See, I normally do prefer direct gifts over giving Twitch money. Who dares? Xanda does, clearly.
Farewell for now.
Okay, bye, Voguim. Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on, Voguim. Hold on, Voguim.
Greetings.
Show me your ways, Voguim. I need some of these. I could just find these in the world, but you were expecting direct gifts. It's true. Genuinely, it all helps. Okay, Oh, I always forget how to handle this one. I think I want to head to the right, I'm pretty sure.
Yuri, that's no ordinary storm. Run!
Oh, come now, Watcher, I can...
You cannot fight the tempest.
Ooh, okay. Nailed it.
Shut up.
That looks like it should be breakable. And yet...
16 ounce.
I want to say that the Tempest, the big fuck-off tornado outside, is a one-hit kill if it catches you. Sees Twister. Yeah, I can take it. I mean, if anyone could. I feel like it would be Fury. Oh. Okay. Hi, Vogue. Boy now, now, boy now, 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 now. Oh boy, a block puzzle. Everybody love a block puzzle. We love a block puzzle. Block puzzle and me, we tight. Yoink. Man, I'm still thinking about how we're getting another Plague Tale game. I'm genuinely looking forward to that. Felt like that block could have been more puzzling. Well, it looks like we ain't done yet. Sploosh.
HCF.
Ratty game? Yeah. Rat game, rat game.
HCF. 15 ounce. Enchiladas.
Okay. Oh. Hype train success. Oh, I got a hype chest. Hold on. Respectfully no emote. That's fun. Nailed it. I was actually pretty happy to be able to sit down and watch that documentary, honestly. I have been finding it a little bit difficult recently to, like, sit down and commit to watching things, which sucks for me, because that's a thing that I really enjoy doing. I like sitting down and watching, like, TV shows and movies. Gotta stick with the kitty classics. Could you do me a favor? Give me a dog shit opinion. This is the problem. I don't have any dog shit opinions. All my opinions are correct and objectively good. So I really couldn't say anything for sure, honestly. I had a feeling that would work for what you were looking for. But yeah, no, like I said, I've been I've been wanting to, like, sit down and watch stuff more, but, like, I've been finding it difficult to really kind of, like, work myself up to do so. Like, I'm trying to think, hold on. What have I still needed to watch recently? Like, I got a bunch of movies that, like, I'm just kind of sitting on that I need to watch. Like, I need to rewatch Craven. Obviously, I need to rewatch Craven. Cinematic masterpiece. I have so much bullshit in my fucking library. Holy shit. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, and we're gonna talk about, like, some of the bullshit I got in my library here. I still need to finish watching the live-action Knights of Zodiac. Still need to watch The Snowman. Oh, I should rewatch Madam Web. Gotta finish watching The Book of Henry. All the Bourne movies. Wild Wild West, Waterworld, a bunch of those animated, like, movies that Marvel put out, like, years and years ago. Steel starring Shaq. Shrek the musical. When did I get Shrek the fucking musical? I, Frankenstein starring Aaron Eckhart. Disney's Artemis Fowl. When the fuck did I get Disney's Artemis Fowl? Was that on sale? Might have been. I have non-bullshit on here, too. I do, like, I want to, Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase, I heard was actually pretty good. Mothman Prophecies, The Crow. I guess the Narnia movies would at least 2 out of 3 count as bullshit, probably. I remember liking the first one. There was an Artemis Fowl. Yes, Xanda, there was an Artemis Fowl movie. It was dog shit, apparently. I haven't seen Silence of the Lambs yet. I do need to continue watching the X-Men films so that I can get back up to Deadpool and Wolverine. I linked Prince Caspian because Caspian was hot. That's as good a reason as any to like something, honestly. Transformers 1 was really good. If you haven't seen Transformers 1, I highly recommend it. You know what else was good? Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle's a good movie. I highly recommend Blue Beetle. He's going to be coming back for the new DC Cinematic Universe. I got Mouse Hunt on here. I bought Mouse Hunt for Natalie. Because the guys from Regulation Podcast did a watch-along thing for Mouse Hunt. That's a fun movie. I remember seeing, I think I saw that movie in theaters. I don't remember anything about it. I've got the Paddington movies, the first 2 at least.
Shredded cheese.
I wanna watch War of the Rohirrim again, but I want to watch War of the Rohirrim with somebody who hasn't seen it yet, because I like War of the Rohirrim. Well, I finally watched Transformers 1 recently, really enjoyed it. It's so good. Loved me some Doomed Yowie. The Beekeeper was really good. If you haven't seen The Beekeeper, you should probably watch The Beekeeper. It's a good movie. Oh, and the National Treasure movie. I genuinely like the National Treasure movies. They're some of my favorite Nick Cage films. Okay, where am I going? Going over there. Okay. Nathan with Jason Statham. Yeah, Beekeeper starring Jathan Statham.
HCF.
Oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, haha, nailed it. See you later, fucker.
Different, mistress.
Even if we stop the Seven, this world will be torn apart. For what? There will be a reckoning. Just not sure from where it will come.
Jason Megalodon Statham. The Meg is also really good. Like, The Meg is a solid movie, honestly. Like, it's a really fun action flick. Not Meg 2... The Meg 2, maybe not so much. I'm not a big fan of The Meg 2. I was AFK, but I heard Doomed Yowie. Yeah, Zilla, if you want some Doomed Yowie, go watch Transformers 1. It's really good. Steve Buscemi plays Starscream.
$16.22.
Kale is begging you to watch Transformers 1. Starscream, my beloved. Starscream's pretty good in that one. But really, that shit all about Optimus Megatron. Actually, I'm gonna see it this August at an outdoor movie theater. Ooh, that's really cool. OSP did one of their detailed diatribes of how fucking good Transformers 1 is from the POV of someone who doesn't care about Transformers, and it's nearly as long as the movie itself. Nice. If there's one thing amongst several things that I miss about where I grew up, oh, this bitch following me. If there's one thing I miss about where I grew up, it's that I lived fairly close to a drive-in theater that I remember we would go to quite a bit during the summer. Bingo. That was always a lot of fun. And, like, they didn't have, like, the classic drive-in theater thing where, like, you know, there were, like, the classic drive-in theater thing is that, like, there's, like, posts with, like, speakers that, like, you like, bring it to your car, right? And put it, like, on the car door. And that's how you hear the movie. But the, one of the neat things with regards to, like, the place that was near where I lived as a kid growing up was that, they replaced like, all the posts were still there, Mostly because that's how you delineated specifically like where you would park. But the cool thing about it was that like you didn't need the post to hear the movie because they had it set up that you could tune in to like an AM radio station and they'd be broadcasting from like the projection booth, and that's how you heard the movie. And they used like a different channel for each screen because it was 2 screens that they had. And each screen would have like a double feature. One time I went to the drive-in theater was Rogue One. Oh man, that would have been cool. My car radio broke during the intro. Oh no! Tragic. I don't know, like, drive-in theaters are one of those things that are just like so fucking cool to me.
All who exist find themselves lost at times. This is the burden of living. This new self-awareness you possess.
So, I can be certain of nothing, is that what you're saying?
I am merely saying this. The Council chose you to undertake this mission. You, and you alone. They did this for a reason. They believe, as I do, that you possess greater power than even you realize.
Stars does, but only 1 screen. They got a play area right under the screen for the kids, though. Yeah, oh god, it was always like really fun because like sometimes you'd get people who like the ideal for that, right, was that you would go up, you would like pull into a spot, but like with the back facing the screen, pop the trunk, you'd have like a bunch of like snacks and drinks back there. It was so good. I remember having so much fun with that. I wonder if we have a drive-in theater near us. I'm gonna look that up right now. Hold on. Drive-in theater near me. There is, in fact, a drive-in theater near us. We would probably need to fill up on gas, though, because we're going to want the car running so we have air conditioning. So it is the dead of summer, but how far away is that, actually? That's only a 38-minute drive. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. That's something to think about. Hi, Volgame. Oh shit, mine has the new How to Train Your Dragon. Ours has the new How to Train Your Dragon and the new John Wick movie. God, yeah, that's something to think about. I miss going to drive-in theaters. I'd love to go to one again, honestly. I wonder what their rates are like. 1 second, this is what I'm doing now, I'm sorry. Has a beautiful name, too. Tickets. Ticket price per car is $35. That's not, like, if you have, like, a large party, like, if you have, like, people going with, like, their family, that's not bad. That's a pretty good price, all things considered. Like, especially because, like, obviously, like, drive-ins are generally not going to have, like, what's the word I'm looking for? As strict a policy on, like, concessions and stuff like that, and with, like, movie ticket prices these days and like what they charge for concessions, $35 per car, that's solid, honestly. I gotta think about that. I need to put genuine thought into that, because like now I'm getting myself excited. I think that'd be really cool. Okay, I have a game to play. We have to play a video game. Oh, that's not bad. We paid by the person. 7 ain't bad, but I could. But if I clown car, my little Honda. Yeah, I have a I got a little SUV, a little sport utility vehicle. I just remember going during the summer and just like loading up on like snacks and drinks and bug spray, because like, you know, we'd be like running around outside prior to the movie, and or like sitting in the trunk of like my parents' car. So like it's just getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. It's a very nostalgic feeling to think about. I think if I recall correctly, part of the reason we kind of stopped going is just like as like time went on, movies got darker, and thus it was like really difficult to see them at times going to like a an outside theater like that. So it just became like more convenient to go to like an indoor theater where that's not quite as much of a problem. And then movies continued getting darker, and suddenly you couldn't see them in an indoor theater either. Looking at you, Cocaine Bear? Cocaine Bear had that problem. Anyone remember Cocaine Bear? I had this moment where I was just like, what do you call a Cocaine Bear fan? And like my first thought was cokehead, and I'm just like, no, that's just a regular fan of cocaine. It's just a regular cocaine fan. What about a fan of cocaine and independently bears? I think you usually find people like that at gay bars. Oh, that guy's dead. That guy's dead for real, real. San Francisco. If you're into the burly men too. Did anyone else see Cocaine Bear? Was it just me and the people I know? Do people like Cocaine Bear? Ow. What's Cocaine Bear? Cocaine Bear was a movie about, okay, so the basic plot of Cocaine Bear is there is a dude on a plane who is just all fucked up on coke, and he's like tossing stuff out of the plane because he's about to like bail out of it, and he fucks up and dies. And he ends up dropping one of the bags of cocaine into like a national park. And a bear gets into it and goes absolutely fucking mental. My question mark was mistyped as an exclamation point, such as jubilation and unexpected gift in life. I know what cocaine bear is. Oh, okay. I thought that movie was kind of fun. I was a little surprised that the dude from TikTok died in it. Wasn't based on a true story? Yes. Yes, it was. I'm waiting for the sequel where they discuss the fact that Cocaine Bear is believed to be able to officiate weddings due to a loophole in state law. Hammer smashes look really satisfying. They are. A lot of the weapons in this are actually really satisfying to use. I tend to prefer the whip, honestly. But, like, most of them feel pretty good. Hold on, I gotta stretch real quick. Ugh. Crack all my bones. Ugh. Finish knocking back my energy drink. But you need those. Well, they're not that important. Apparently that little multiplayer like team PvE shooter that Remedy has been working on in the Control universe is coming out in a couple days, and I'm pretty excited for that. I gotta check that out. I'm wondering if I can like turn it into a stream thing, honestly. I don't really know for sure exactly how well it would play for that. I gotta get a sense of like what the like moment-to-moment mechanics are first. Oh, okay, then removes all your bones. Joke's on you. As a shark, I don't have bones. My skeleton is made of cartilage. Oh, hello, sir. Yep. Doritos has a new flavor, a limited edition flavor called Twisted Queso. It's fine. Like, I had a bag of it the other day. It's all right. I don't know if I would necessarily like go out of my way to like there's certain chip flavors like I'll go out of my way to get them. Like if I know that they're sold at a specific place but are not sold at a different place, then like I'll drive like to some place where I know they have it to get them. Like the sweet and spicy chili Doritos. Dang, cartilage, the one thing I can't remove, removes everything else. You played right into my trap. I wanted you to remove all my bone, all my skin and organs. Thus unleashing my true form. Or some shit, I don't know. You've activated my stand power. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, Spooky scary gauge. That's me. Oh. Oh, sick.
HEB 12 ounce. HEB 12 ounce.
You know, before we go any further,
HEB 12 ounce. Black beans with
we should probably...
Good eating.
Oh, by the way, if anybody got a gift sub, make sure that you refresh the stream. Only because, like, that will actually cause the immunity to ads to kick in. I say this because there's an ad that's going to be starting shortly.
tomatoes and peppers.
I'm going to check my phone here real quick. Bear with me a moment. Doodaloop. Boodaloop. Boodaloop. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Diced tomatoes. Diced tomatoes. Diced tomatoes.
Yeah. I did see the Hot Ones release the last Dad Pringles flavor, and I really want to try it. I've been seeing Hot Ones Pringles all over the goddamn place, and I haven't tried any of them. No, I think I've actually tried one of them. I don't remember which one, though. I don't know. I haven't been eating Pringles a whole lot recently. I keep seeing interesting chip flavors from, like, other companies.
HEB 14.5 ounce. Diced tomatoes and chilies. $1.
Alright, what was I doing? Right, we have to go talk to the Lord of Hollows. Because he gotta answer some stuff. He was like, hey, Lord of Hollows, what the fuck? Excuse me, Mr. Hollows. Why is Abraxas calling you out? Perhaps we will find out. Perhaps we will get some answers from Mr. Lord of Hollows. Lord Hollow. if I like extraction games. I've tried a few of them right at this point, and like, I don't know. Like, is it a question of just like not playing it with the right folks? I guess I'm too cautious, you know?
Welcome, horsemen, to our final encounter.
Mistress, wait!
Oop. Okay.
Lord of Hollows, what's happening? Now, answer me!
Are you here to end me?
You should know. You prophesized it.
Yes, I did. And if there was ever a time to strike me down, it is here, now, before my becoming. So, what comes next, horseman?
Yeah, I know.
Abraxas said you mean to hollow the earth. That you used me to gain the power to do so.
A demon who speaks true. Now I have seen everything, but Abraxas did not.
Tell me.
There was a time long ago when I belonged to the Charred Council.
Liar!
Is it so difficult to believe that I could be counted among their number?
He's got the voice for
Those
it.
of Force for Balance believed in the work of the Council. But after eons, I became disenfranchised. Their feeble lip service toward the very concept of maintaining balance became all too dogmatic. They quickly reduced their focus to policing the forces of heaven and hell. But in doing so, they did not account for humanity.
Humanity? They are but...
Hairless simian. Yes. Playthings of angels and demons, the forgotten class. But they were meant for so much more. Humans were always meant to embody the universal balance. They were created to evolve.
You flatter them.
No, they simply do not fear them as others do. Someone means to prevent humanity from reaching its full potential. They did so with this premature war.
It's probably
And
Lucifer.
the council?
Allowed it to happen, and no, they cannot prove it. It was removed from their ranks long ago. But I heard whispers and saw the signs. Thus I prepared my gathering of souls, from angels, from demons, from humans. It's an endeavor meant to offer humanity the opportunity to see its potential realized. My final penance for a lifetime of complicity.
I don't understand.
I am the vessel. You are the guardian. As I said when we met, to achieve balance and save this world from heaven and hell, one must choose a side. I have chosen mine. It's you, Fury. Now, what do you choose?
I choose... life.
It is a good feeling to have a purpose again. Isn't it? By becoming.
My god, Fury has more character growth than Frey in Forspoken does. Yeah. I hate that you're right. I found out there's a couple, like, kind of neat little secrets in Forspoken that I want to check out before we get into the DLC. So we might spend some time on the next stream of that game wandering around the open world a bit. Mysterious stone sigil. The trinket trembles, threatening to shatter from the immense pressure of what it contains. Voices call out, at once a loud roar and quiet as a whisper.
$17.49.
I really got to catch up on those VODs. We gave it an incredibly fair shake, Xanda. Is it more cats? No, but there's some neat things, it sounds like. Minnie, what's that foot doing? Minnie's like stretching out her feet. Her little peats.
You killed him?
Yeah, sort of.
Mad. Mad as the rest.
Something else you want to tell me, mistress?
Yes. I'm tired of demons with delusions of grandeur.
Okay, I'm at the end of Deltarune. I gotta lock in. BRB. Have fun. So the Lord of Hollows is actually very similar to a character in the Darksiders novel, The Abomination Vault, who functions, has a very similar function. There's implications that he is given his task after being like punished by the Charred Council. The whole thing is that he basically removes souls from the cycle of rebirth, that sort of thing. To the point that, like, occasionally it feels like it is the exact same character in my mind when I was reading that. But we got a bit of information here. Like, this is actually quite a bit of information, quite a bit more information than, like, we usually get, or that we've gotten for... sorry to not be here at the finale of the game. No, you're fine. We're actually probably going to be cutting this one short because I don't want to... There's still quite a bit of game to do. We have like 3 boss fights to get through, as well as the rest of the Scar to explore. So I'm probably going to be cutting the stream relatively short, actually. But I do want to discuss some of the things that happened in that particular cutscene. Because that cutscene did reveal some things that we already knew, as well as some things that we didn't know. The question of, like, what humanity's purpose even is in the greater scope of, like, the war between heaven and hell is not a question that's come up particularly often in the Darksiders games, but is a question that is prominent in this game. Where it's just like, yeah, you know, we've got heaven, we've got hell. Like, why is humanity here, basically, right? And the game has been, like, discussing this quite a bit, like, over the course of the narrative, where Fury does not think very, very highly of humans, but, like, very clearly they are, in fact, meant for something. There is the discussion when we're in the museum that evidently art is something unique to humanity. Like, you've got, like, the architecture of hell and the architecture of heaven, and, like, some of it seems artistic, but realistically a lot of it is just kind of like, it's aesthetic without, like, sort of a thought given to it being aesthetic, if that makes sense. Like, it's not strictly utilitarian, obviously, but, like, you know, nobody is, like, it's more along the lines of, they're not making this because it looks nice, they're making it because it's how they know to make it, basically. So, like, statues, gargoyles, dungeons, that sort of thing. But like between just like all of the races across all the realms and all the myriad peoples of like heaven, hell, the Forge Lands, the fucking Bone Wastes or whatever they were fucking called. I forget what that area was. Humans are the only ones that like create true art. So hearing that they were meant to embody the balance itself, that they were meant to evolve, is interesting because, again, it's not something that has really been discussed prior to this game, and does kind of cast a different light as to, like, among other things, like the reason this war started in the first place, or like just kind of like what the consequences of it are. Like Lord of Hollows said, someone has been working to destroy humanity, specifically because of their unrealized potential, and it's why they started this war in the first place. And while we know that it was Abaddon conspiring with others to start the End War, because Abaddon started the End War because he believed that if they started the End War early, they would have a chance to defeat Hell once and for all. But he didn't want the Horsemen interfering, so obviously they broke all but one seal. But of course, I want to say it's established in Darksiders 2 that Abaddon was not, in fact, the origin of that idea. Abaddon himself was being manipulated behind the scenes. There is somebody else who, and it's Lucifer. It's Lucifer. Lucifer's doing it. Of course, it's Lucifer. Like, it's a fucking story about heaven and hell and the destruction of humanity. Who the fuck else is it going to be? Right?
Please take your time.
Frozen meals.
But that is part of, like, I'm really excited for whatever is coming next for Darksiders, and I'm glad that we're getting something next for Darksiders. I'm glad that there is more Darksiders on the horizon. Zero Dawn. Because this series deserves a, like, this series deserves a proper ending. And, like, I do feel as though, in terms of just, like, the main story of the game, the next game should be the conclusion.
For all of their achievements, humans were outmatched in the apocalypse. Their civilization is now mere fodder for demons.
They truly were a pathetic species. But there are shades of intelligence in their monuments.
Have the humans grown on you, mistress?
Hardly. I pity their hubris. They believed they could control this world's destiny.
Still, these towers are impressively ambitious, as if they were reaching upwards, looking for purpose in the heavens. What irony they were consumed by hell.
Indeed.
What I do find interesting about the way that the Lord of Hollows kind of describes the whole process of, like, the premature end war is the council's role in it, like the Charred Council's role, where, like, he says, oh yeah, they let it happen. And that is true, but the degree to which it's true is kind of like what's in question here. Like, the way that Lord of Hollows describes it would sound like they are not like that they're knowingly complicit, as opposed to being complicit through inaction, right? Because, like, as of Darksiders 1, the implication is more that they are complicit via inaction. Where it's just like, they knew that there was a conspiracy. They know that someone's trying to prematurely start the End War before, like, humanity is ready. But in order to get to the bottom of the conspiracy, their decision is to just let it happen. And then basically set up the Horseman War as the fall guy for it. Because if there is any horseman that is going to want to clear his name and get revenge on those who... Hold on. If there's any horseman that's going to want to get to the bottom of what happened and get revenge on the ones who framed him, it's gonna be war. So, like, yes, the Charge Council is pretty blatantly complicit in the destruction of humanity, but the nature of that complicity is kind of what's in question. Just based on, like, what the Lord of Hollows is saying. Oh. We're not going to worry about that. I don't know. I love these games. I do. I like talking about them. Here's between we're not going to do anything versus let's see how this plays out. Yeah, sort of. I would say that's pretty apt, honestly. I have a lot of ongoing game series that I'm, like, interested in, like, enough to, like, be genuinely invested in their story. But, like, not necessarily enough to, like, go out of my way. Like, I don't know anyone who is as interested in these games as, like, I am. Like, realistic. Like, I don't... If I do know anybody, I don't know a lot of folks. You know? Like, I know folks who are, like, kind of casually interested in them. Like, they look at them and just like, these seem neat. I actually really don't want to deal with this guy. I don't particularly like this class of enemy. Like, the last person that I talked with that, like, had, like, a degree of interest to the point that, like, I could hold a discussion with them about it was, friend of the stream, Ganon, who played through, 2 through Genesis recently. And I think it was because she had seen my streams and she was interested in it. The implication of the Charred Council allowing the End War for their own interest. They allowed it to happen, but the specific reason that they allowed it to happen is because if we let this happen, we can find out who the conspirators are and properly punish them, and we're gonna set up war to do that for us under false pretenses, basically. They weren't like, oh, we should let the end war happen because that'd be fucking sick, you know? Hold on. It's gonna be like that, huh? I'm stretching. Hold on. Cracking my bones again. I don't know. I think more people should get into these games, honestly. They have a charm to them that I don't feel like there's anything else, like, in games right now that, like, have this particular feeling, you know? Yeah, I gotta wrap up soon, I think. It's getting to be about that time. I'll go for a little bit to, like, I didn't take like any breaks during the stream. So like if I go to like at least like the 2-hour 35-minute mark, then that'll give me a good like 2.5-hour VOD to put up on the YouTubes. Come on, hit me. See, that guy hit me. There you go. That's the kind of initiative I like to see. So where's this letting me out? Oh. Anything over here? Nope, I think I need to approach this from the other side, actually. I don't know. How do people usually do like a call to action like this? Should I start the Sharkstream Darksiders challenge where I just tell people, hey, go buy the entire series on Switch and just play through just play through them? Because they all should be on Switch, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Darksiders 3 will run better on Switch too. Doesn't exactly run better on the Xbox Series X, I can tell you that much. But I like it. Here's the thing, though. I like it. I need you to consider the fact that I enjoy this. Pretty sure my little bro would enjoy it. It's a fun little series of games, honestly. Like, I'm, like... The first game is honestly, like, a classic. It's a fun little, like, Zelda-esque dungeon crawler. Do we want to do... The Chosen? We might as well... Let's finish off with fighting the Chosen. Oh, no, this is just Vulgrim. Sorry, Vulgrim. I thought someone else was in here. Chosen might be over this way. Remind me the next time I see games are on special, I always want to try them. I do have War Master.
Mistress. I know. I felt it.
Oh yeah, there he is.
The
Big
moment
boy.
we entered this pit. Another Chosen.
Yeah, definitely. If you have the War Mastered edition is genuinely like probably like the best copy of that game that you can get, and it is like Darksiders 1 is just honestly a really solid title. Darksiders 2 sort of lags towards the end just because like they weren't able to like the definitive edition is them finishing that game, but as you get towards the end, you can really tell that they were being rushed with the fact that like their studio was closing down and they were running out of budget. Darksiders 3, like, I'm playing Darksiders 3, you can see, like, it's a fun little title. Do keep in mind, I am super busted right now because this is, like, my third or fourth playthrough of the game. I am up to level 100 because I've played New Game Plus so many fucking times. But it does have lower difficulties if, like, Souls-like combat isn't for you. Plus, the classic Darksiders control scheme is a little bit more character action than Souls-like. So that's always an option as well. And then Genesis. Oh, Genesis is just a lot of fun. I'm really excited to show off Genesis. And Genesis, if you got someone to play it with, is a great co-op experience. Like, I think you go ask, like, Opal and Ganon about that. They played Genesis co-op. And it's great. It's isometric camera angle, but it still feels like a Darksiders game. Like, if they pulled that camera into, like, like a fly behind third person camera, like it would just be another Darksiders game. It's neat. I'm gonna go kill this dude. No throwing rocks. Who told you to throw rocks? He's not really doing any. Oh, there he goes. Ow. Itch. Watch, I'm gonna beat this guy without even having to go, like, fucking Super Saiyan or anything. Ow. Spoke too soon. Lightning Strike! I forgot that this is why I really like the Lance, is the fucking Lightning Strike counter special. And he's down. Fuck yeah. Alright. Probably we pop back to Ulthane to see if there's any sort of, like, upgrades that we can get. Like, we might as well, right? Just to close out the stream.
I felt something this time. behind the emptiness that cloaks them, a fire burns inside the Chosen.
Yes, Mistress. The Chosen do burn.
No, that's not what No, that's not what I fucking meant. God damn it, never mind. Now, perhaps you're sitting there wondering what she means by that. If you recall, the Chosen was the name of the demons that the entire thing is that they're chosen by Abaddon, the Destroyer, to share in his power. They're basically like his generals. Now, there were a bunch of... The Chosen in Darksiders 1 were different, so obviously Fury killing these guys is really only kind of like a setback, where it's just like, oh, Abaddon's just going to find new Chosen. Damn. I was hoping to get his ass in the grinders. Hold up. Damn. Bye. Ah, shit. Damn, he really fucking flew. Hold on. Oh, oh! Yeah! Yeah! Awesome. You love to see it. They fly now. Fuck him. I gotta play more Star Wars games, but I'm not sure which one to play next. Like, I want to do Jedi Power Battles, but I was also kind of hoping that I would get to do that one for May the 4th, but then, I didn't. Because I think that was PAX East weekend. Or it was the weekend before, and I needed... Or it was the... No, you know what? It was the weekend prior to PAX East, which was when we were, like, prepping for our long drive. That's what it was. I remember now. Yeah, let's head back to Fulgrim and then hit up Ulthane to see if we can upgrade anything. Because we are working on upgrading those enhancements to our weapons.
Greetings.
I don't necessarily mind... Here's the thing. Everybody talks about, like, the ballooning costs of, like, video game development, and, like, how part of that is, like... Part of that tends to be, like, it's the incredibly high-fidelity graphics, it's the, like, people higher up on, like, in the company or the development team asking for the implementation of this mechanic or that mechanic, etc., so on and so forth. I think the only scenario where I would... I'm going to snooze this because I'm going to be ending soon. I think the only scenario where I would enjoy a company, like, spending a lot of money on a game is when it's, like, one of those situations with, like, Dead Space or... Mass Effect, where it's just like, it's not just that they're spending money to make the game, they're also, like, spending money on, like, a multimedia, like, campaign, right? Like, Darksiders 2 got such a huge push from THQ, where, like, there was the novel, there was a comic, a graphic novel, or, like, you've got, like, Dead Space, which had, like, 2 animated movies. It had a pair of novels. It had so many graphic novels. There have been books for Dragon Age, Mass Effect. There was an anime film for Mass Effect that wasn't very good. Dragon Age, I think, had a live-action thing with Felicia Day in it? I'm pretty sure. and an animated movie.
Please take your time.
Like, I miss when they would do that. You don't really see a whole lot of that anymore. A lot of, like, video game novels tend to be, like, just kind of, like, established franchises, like Halo or Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. What I'm saying is I want an animated Darksiders movie. Get Film Roman on it. They'll take just about anything. Last I saw stuff like that was with FF15. Yeah. Wasn't Sean Bean in one of those? I don't know. I think companies are scared to do like larger stuff like that, simply because of the ballooning costs of development for games. That reminds me, I finished the Realm Reborn Hildebrand quest. Oh, awesome! How'd you like them? I thought those ones are really fun. I've been waiting for Briardian to hopefully come back in the Hildebrand quests at some point, because if you've done the Realm Reborn and Hildebrand quests, when you do Heaven's Word, there's also a series of quests called the Scholasticate quest line that prominently features Briardian, and I believe his sister as well. Watch the movie one entire time. Joining the long and storied legacy of Final Fantasy in film, along with Advent Children and Spirits Within.
Well met, Fury.
What's up, dude?
Aiming to lay down a mighty hurt.
Do I have anything I can upgrade? I'm not even using the chains. Lance is at max. Talons. Talons I've been using.
What
Fuck.
beautiful havoc you'll wreak with that.
I gotta get some Wicked Adamantine, I think. I could probably go get some from Bulgrim. So Hildy can fly now as long as he has that sword. Not quite. But, oh. Thunder Rumble. Runder Thumble. Yeah, let's upgrade Big Sword.
I didn't think that was possible, but now you're even deadlier. Didn't think that was possible. Didn't think that was possible.
Didn't think it was possible. Didn't think it was possible.
Didn't think that was possible.
Didn't I think it was possible? Didn't I think it was possible?
You're even deadlier.
Haven't Children got plenty of rewatches out of me and Spirits Within at least twice. This was visually captivating for the time. The 15 movie was gorge, but like I guess that's all I'm left with. Advent Children is still a fun watch, honestly. I have to watch the dub though. You will tear Dilly Dally Shilly Shally out of my cold dead hands, okay?
Interesting. All right. Let's see what I can do for you.
I don't have any Oblivion ore, unfortunately.
Interesting. All right.
Alright,
Let's
balance,
see what
balance,
I can
balance,
do.
balance, 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 balance. Demonic Shade. We do not have enough angelic artifacts for that. And we do not have enough demonic artifacts for this.
Interesting. Bests and blessings to you, Fury.
Okay, so 1 second. We are going to real quick hop all these bad boys that we've been collecting. Won't you be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. Dub was solid, no complaints. It had the fun energy of the game translation. Yeah. And Spirits... I don't think Spirits Within is very good.
Greetings. Take your time.
I think I need 4 of
An
these.
excellent choice.
And I need 3 of these.
I knew you couldn't resist. I knew you couldn't resist. I knew you couldn't resist. A white
He knew I couldn't resist. Spirits had the storytelling of Titan A, but the visual quality of an FF10 cutscene. Here's the thing, I'm not 100% certain I like Titan AE very much. It's not bad, but like, it's not my favorite Don Bluth movie. I mean, I just really like Secret of Nim, admittedly.
Well met, Fury.
Sup, big fella?
All right.
Interesting.
Mighty heart, are we?
Okay, so what did I have that I could... Oh, is it chunk of adamantine that I need? Damn. Alright, well, let's max out the sides.
I think that was possible, but now you're even deadlier.
Oh, I get it. It's divisive. Exactly what I meant. Yeah. I just remember, like, I remember one of the funniest things about FF Spirits Within was they did, like, that big push for, like, the main character to be like, oh, it's the world's first digital actress. And then I don't think she was in anything else. I don't think they used her for anything after Spirits Within, because Spirits Within did really poorly.
Didn't think that was possible, but now you're even deadlier. Didn't think that was possible, but now you're even deadlier.
He didn't think it was possible.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Take care, and watch your back. Eh?
But yeah, I miss game companies doing stuff like that. You know? Nobody does stuff like that anymore. Now everybody's just doing, like, TV shows and... Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say nobody does stuff like that anymore, because, like, now it's less that they're doing, like, tie-in stuff, and then instead it's just we're just getting, like, actual, like, licensed TV shows and movies, you know? Like, Twisted Metal's getting its 2nd season for Peacock. I think 2nd season of Last of Us just finished. We got Sonic 4 last year. Sonic 4 on the horizon, featuring Amy Woes. Everyone really excited. Mario Brothers movie, obviously. Legend of Zelda is on the horizon as well. The Halo TV series. I should rewatch, like, should I rewatch that? It's like I already own the Blu-rays, like I might as well, you know? I just think it's really funny that they spent so long, like, actually getting to Halo, and then they finally got to Halo, and the series got canceled. Nervous about the Zelda film. I saw a bunch of people, apparently, like, there was a poll, and a lot of people said they wanted Hunter Schafer to play Zelda, which would be really cool. I think we're done. I think we're done for the day. I'm kind of losing steam a little bit. I'm getting a bit tired. My energy drink is wearing off. And I think the ad is starting up, so I might actually need to, like... I don't want to do, like, my whole, like, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye spiel, while an ad's going. If an ad is going. I'm caught up on Deltarune. Cool. I still need to get to chapter 4. I tried to beat the secret boss fight of chapter 3, but the motherfucker got hands. I need to get a good shelf. I had some stuff come in recently, stuff that I had like had on back order for like a while that like ought to be displayed. Limited run is unfortunately like, I'm not proud of the fact that like I end up having to go to limited run for like physical editions of games I really want physical editions of, but it's just like, it's kind of a necessary evil for me at this point. I got a special edition of Freedom Planet 2 that came in a really nice little fun little clamshell box that I definitely want to have displayed. And then I also got a physical copy of Baldur's Gate 3 for the Xbox, which I do want to check out that game at some point. Crack that bitch wide open. Create sexy dragon character. You know how it goes. But yeah, I need to get a new shelf to display some of this stuff. Because like the only physical version of Baldur's Gate 3 they have is the limited edition version. It's just like, okay, cool. What else do I have coming from Limited Run? I think I ordered their physical copy of Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain, the HD edition, but I didn't get like the limited edition of it, and I'm still debating on whether or not I want to spring for Gex because it's just like, it's Gex, but also that Amano art kind of fucks, you know? Okay, I think we are past the ad at this point, so I am going to go ahead and call it here. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream, you could subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Blue Sky and Tumblr at AcidXShark. That is AcidXSHRK, where I post all the streams as they happen. Or you can follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Art for the stream was done by Audrey and B of Team Catpool, who you can find on Blue Sky, Twitch, Tumblr, YouTube, VGen at Team Catpool. That's TEAMCATPLE. They do fantastic work. I highly recommend checking their stuff out. Highly recommend commissioning them once they're open. Don't email them. Don't. Use the VGen. VTuber was done by Teva, who you can find on Blue Sky at Teva Meow. That's TEVAMEOW. With rigging by V747. Who you can find on Patreon at that. Sorry, I spaced out for a second there because I was thinking about like kind of surprising like how many like foreign artists I know that had me like contact them directly on Discord. I don't give out like my Discord handle like just for anyone to take, but it's like at the same time I get it. You tired? I'm a little tired. Upcoming streams. I do want to try and get an FF14 stream this weekend if I can, so that I can finish the Shadowbringers role quests. We gotta get Giad in there. But aside from that, next week, we'll be playing some Forspoken, checking out some, fun secrets that I found out about, how fun they are. I mean, we'll find out, I guess. We are going to, that's not the first thing we're doing next week. The first thing we're doing is we're finishing up Fear the Spotlight. And then we're doing the Shadowbringers role quests. Or, no. Fuck. Fear the Spotlight. Forspoken. Finishing up Darksiders 3. can't believe you're still not done with Forspoken. We've got... I will say, I found out that the DLC is only about 3 hours long. So the DLC could be one stream. Like, if I start early enough, I could finish the DLC in one stream. But it probably won't be the stream where I'm just kind of, like, dicking around in the open world. But we will be finishing Darksiders 3. What am I going to do after Darksiders 3? Genesis, right. I forgot. That's the entire reason we're doing this. It's called The Road to Genesis. Alright. That's going to be it for tonight. Let me see who else is streaming right now that we can go ahead and raid. Scorpy, Penny, Bob Vids is doing Night Rain. Oh, Penny's doing Lies of P. Let's go stream it. Let's go raid into Penny. Go say hi. But I'll see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care, everybody.